In this video, I want to share with you what it actually costs for us to live up here in the woods of Sweden in our log cabin. So regarding my latest video of how I quit the rat race, I mentioned that we did some calculation on the income that we have and on the costs that we have. If you haven't seen that video, I will leave a link up here so you can watch that video later if you want to. So in this video, I want to share in detail our budget. But first, if you are new to this channel, my name is Niklas, and this is our story how we left a normal life to live in a log cabin in the woods of Sweden to start a homestead. So if you want to support me in my channel, please hit the subscribe button. So I will go through how much we are paying each month for food, for electricity, for insurance, for the animal, for the cars, for the cell phone and the internet, and clothing, and all other stuff that we are paying for each month, to see if that matches the income that we have. So before we sold our big house, we lived a normal life like anyone else. We had a loan for the house, for the cars. We had 3 children that lived at home. Now the children live by themselves, and that's one of the reasons we sold the big house. It was just too big for 2 people. So when we sold our big house, we were able to pay off all the loans that we have on the house, for this property where we live now, and for the cars. We even could upgrade our cars a little bit to newer and better ones. So now we are totally free from loans. Meanwhile, we are renovating the log cabin, the main cabin. We are living in this small cabin, and we have done so for over a year now. The original size of this cabin was 16 square meters, but we extended it with 8 more square meters, so now we have 24 square meters to live on. We have no fireplace in this cabin, so we heat it up with 3 electrical radiators, and we have no running waters, so we get the water in cans for this cabin. So let's dive into the actual budget. I'm going to go through in detail of the costs that we have, and I'm going to start with food. So we are paying for all the food that we eat. We don't grow any food yet, but that's our goal. So we are paying for 3 grown-up people. That me and my wife and 1 child. And he's 19, so we are paying for his food also. So the cost for food for us is around $750 each month. So the next big cost that we have is for us to rent a small apartment down in the village. And that's for our son to live in, and for us to be able to wash our clothing, and for showering, and for cooking some meals. But when we are able to move into the main cabin, and hopefully that will be in the summer, we will not have that cost anymore. So the cost for renting a small apartment down in the village is $380 each month. So the next item we have is our vehicles. So we have 2 cars, 1 tractor and 1 ATV. We don't have any loans for the vehicles, but we have costs in form of services, renovation, gas. So it's around, for all the vehicles, it's around $190 to $200 each month. So the next item is electricity, and for us it's not big. It's just for heating up this small cabin in the winter time. And last year we had a cost of totally $380 that year, and that will be around $28 each month. So last year I was able to bind the cost for each kilowatt hours. But in the fall of 2024 we will have a new price for the kilowatt hours, but I don't know what that's going to be. But right now it's fairly cheap for us to have power. So the next item we have is for internet and cell phones. So up here in the woods we only have 4G internet. So I pay around $50 each month for internet, but for the total cost for cell phones and internet it's around $200 each month. Yes, of course, we have our dog and our cats. They eat too. and they have insurance. So we pay around $75 each month for food and insurance for our animals. The next item is one of the biggest that we have, and that's insurance for all that we have and all that we own. So we have insurance for the house, we have insurance for the vehicles, we have insurance for ourselves if we get sick or injured or we get unemployed. So the total cost for insurance for us is around $280 each month. And now we only got one item left, and that's for everything else that we pay for. I label it others, and that's around $50 each month. $2,000. So the total cost for us to live up here is around $2,000 each month. And the total income for us is around $2,400. So we got $400 left each month for savings or for other things that we need to pay for. And you can see the margins is fairly thin. But when we sold our big house, we also were able to put in some money for savings. So we have, so to speak, an insurance in the bank if something big happens. The purpose with this video was to show the cost that we have to live in our log cabin in the woods of Sweden, and for me to be able to quit my job and live on one income. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you want to support me and my channel, please hit the subscribe button, and I see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.